Baby, what do you have to offer that man? This man is going to be in rooms with girls who look just as good, if not better than you. Make sure you look sensational.
One provider man and I'm feminist.
I hate when people say sexuality is a choice, because if I could choose, I would choose to like women.
I am not your mom. I'm not required to clean up after you, to do anything for you.
Oh, why should a man open the door for you? What do you bring to the table? Shut up! You don't even have a table. In your living room is a beach chair and a freaking PS4.
Welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get on my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get into this.
So you want a man who is a provider and is going to pay all the bills. Okay, fine. Let's work backwards. So for ease of summary, I'm basing this on the fact that you're two singles, no dependents, just you and that man. So a one-bedroom flat in London, let's call it 1,500. Let's say a couple hundred for gas, couple hundred for electric, couple hundred for council tax. If you want him to pay for food, let's say couple hundred. Transport, couple hundred. I'm assuming at least one of you will have a car, lease payment. Then one of you, the other person's either going to have a car or public transport, Ubers, a couple hundred for that. So let's summarize and say to live in London and pay to live for two people is going to be about $4,000. Let's keep it low. You haven't factored in any entertainment. You haven't factored out going out, you going out with your girls, him going out with his boys. You haven't factored in any holidays. You haven't factored in any clothes. You haven't factored in things fashion like hair, nails, makeup, skincare, etc. Let's add all of those and let's say ballpark, let's just call it $5,500. So to take home about $500,000 a month, you have to be earning per annum about 100,000. Cool. So let's factor in who makes about 100,000. So corporate wise, it's going to be someone very high up in their career. It's going to be some level of senior management, some level of director. If you're not corporate, it's going to be an entrepreneur. He owns his own business, and it's going to be something that has been going for some time and, isn't affected by recessions. So things like tradespeople, plumbing, carpet laying, those kind of things. Maybe a creative, if you're earning 100, you're very high up in your career as a creative in terms of salary. Or if you're earning 100,000 or up, you're a creative that, does some kind of music, art, something, but you're very well recognized where you are guaranteed a steady paycheck. So now let's consider the mindset of this kind of man. So you're doing well for yourself. For someone at that level, I assume you're quite disciplined. You have money, you can take care of yourself, you look quite good. You're in a senior position where people around you respect you. You are in rooms, elevated rooms. You are speaking to people of a similar level to you. Baby, what do you have to offer that man? Baby girl, what do you have to offer that man? Now, I know some of you think looks is enough. I know you do. Let me break it down for you. This man is going to be in rooms with girls who look just as good, if not better than you, because the women he's going to be around are going to be the cream of the crop. Because as you rise...
So pretty much what she's saying is about a woman. Most of you, this is true, most of you have nothing to offer a man you think you deserve. Oh, I want a man that pays all the bills. And they want a sort of type of woman, a woman that doesn't go against everything they say. Could you imagine a man has a woman who's supposed to be cleaning up the house and she's arguing with him, who's supposed to be doing certain things for him, and she's backlash, everything backlash. No man wants that.
You rise, and as you get higher, you have access to more things. You have access to more experiences. You have access to a bigger budget. You have access to spend more money, better places to go to. Those also come with pretty women.
Real talk.
And a lot of the times, those pretty women are either so exceptionally beautiful so they can get in those rooms, or they are just as pretty as you, but they also have other things to their names. They also have other accolades. So they also have a very good job, or they also are in a similar position and have their own money. So the first things first, if you're counting on your looks, baby, make sure you look sensational. Make sure your look is, men need to be double taking you, not one or two men. You need to be, Laurie Harvey can do what she does because she's a, let me be very real with you. Not only is she has her own money. Okay, so that's one. Number two, these men have got to this place in their life because they are smart. They are going to look at you and, for the love of God, have enough money to take care of yourself. Because at the end of the day, men know that we're in the era of gold diggers. And we've always been in the era of gold diggers. But today, gold diggers, we're all just shouting about it now.
All-time high,
so
yeah.
at least present as if you are able to take care of yourself. There is nothing more unattractive than a woman who cannot even take care of herself. So I'm not saying you have to have loads of money and, drive the legs. Just have enough money to look after yourself, to pay for where you live, to get yourself around, to pay for your hair and beauty, to eat, to survive, to pay your bills. That is a very, very, very good start. 3. Now, you don't need this if you're very, 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 very super, super beautiful. However, if you're not maybe the top 5% of beauty, what would be helpful would be to have some level of success, because what that does is it allows you to access the rooms where these men are and be in close proximity to them. So being a successful woman gives you some benefit in that man can't son you. He can't act like you are there with your hand out. At the end of the day, you are an independent woman, and he knows that any financial value he adds to your life is just an addition. You are and always have been able to take care of yourself. Number 4, your reputation. Your reputation matters to a man who is at that point of success, because at the end of the day, he has his choice.
Always make sure you go where you celebrate it, not tolerate it, right? But in order to go where you celebrate it, not tolerate it, you got to celebrate yourself.
He has the pick of the crop. So why would you choose someone with a reputation when there are just as many other women who don't have a reputation? So again, if you are sensational in looks, you might not have to consider this. But if you're not, and I consider myself not, I think I'm a pretty girl, but I'm not like a sensational badass. So take from that what you will. Then you have to consider some of these things I'm saying. Number 5, and I would say this is where 90% of women who want a man with money have. Add value. If you are coming to a situation with the expectation that a man is going to financially support you and fund your life, you have to add some kind of value. If that means, helping him with some of his admin, if that means suggesting some efficiencies in the way he lives his life, if that means he's got this going on and maybe you need to loop in on the back end with a lawyer or someone, or just have intention, have care for this man and have your care play out through actions. You cannot just sit there with your hand out and think you can take, and that man's just going to be happy to give. If you are in that situation, I'm worried for you, because you are almost somebody's plaything. Like, ladies, I'm not saying you have to pay bills. I'm not saying you have to be financially, the most independent woman in the world. What I'm saying is activate your brain. Know what's happening around you. Don't just be sitting there just like an empty hole that someone's pouring into. And when he's ready to turn off the tap, you're lost, confused, homeless. No. So yes, you can get a man who is a provider and has a provider spirit, but also understand that you can get that man to sleep with you. If you want to get this man to take you seriously and build with you and invest in you, you have to have at least 3 of the things. I've listed 5 things. Have at least 3 of them.
So pretty much what she's saying is most women should know this. That's when guys say all the time, they shout it to the mountaintops. What do you bring to the table? Bring something to the table. And a lot of times it's more than peace. Be able to contribute. If I'm bringing this, show me how you can make that flip 5 times more. If you're not doing that, then you are a liability, right? The same thing a millionaire, right? Say if we're spending $300 on meals every time we go out, you're a liability. If all you're doing is looking pretty, sorry, you're a liability. You got to bring more. And when women realize that, that's when they start to meet their fullest potential. That's when they'll start to get the man that they want because they're showing it, right? And men, you can see it. Men can see it all in your aura. Men can tell when a woman is not looking at him because he has money. Men know, especially if the woman has her own. It's not just all about going 50-50, but bring 50% of the work and include something. Give a man something. It's required nowadays. This lady's right.
Guys, they not used to women, thinking independently, and they not used to women being like, you know what, all this, I can leave. That's who I am. That's the type of woman I am. I'm not finna get myself into nothing that I can't easily get up and walk away from. I came here, I was Megan Thee Stallion. When I leave here, I'm gonna be Megan Thee Stallion. I'm good either way it go. You can stay or you can go.
Yeah, see that mentality. This is what ladies have to understand. Most of you are not Megan Thee Stallion. Most of you are not Suki Han and all of these other girls because they'll come in a relationship with that attitude. I had this before you were here. Look, you're not anybody to a man. If you're talking like this, your value is down here. It's to the floor. Doesn't matter how good you look, a man doesn't want to be bothered.
I want provider man and I'm feminist. I quite often talk that I would like to have a man who is more financially responsible in our family, who pays for dates, who pays for rent, etc. Like ideally for my future serious relationship, I see it like that. And sometimes there are girls in comments who are like, it's 2024. It's feminism here, Sasha. You want money, you should go work. And I work, I'm an entrepreneur, I have 2 online projects since 4 years. But what upsets me in this is that for me it's not feminism. I do not agree, it's not feminism. It's again somebody putting woman in a box, not letting her decide what to do with her body and her life. Because 60 years ago, they said you should be at home, stay at home mom, just raise some children and cook some dinner, putting in a box. And now in 2024, it's like, what kind of 50-50? You pay for yourself, you go for work, you be strong. What if I don't want to? When will be the time in our history when a woman can decide for herself how she wants to live this life? Because I talked with one very feminist girl here in France. She's kind of very into community. And she totally understood me and she told me that modern feminism does not tell that woman should work 100% or woman should be 50-50 on the first date with men 100%. Modern feminism says that woman should decide for herself what she wants. So I decide for myself, I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to earn money because I love it and I enjoy it, but I want a man who pays the rent and who is kind of having provider energy, but still wants to be a partner with me. Why I want it? Because I saw it in my family. My mother and father, both entrepreneurs. My mother, super successful, amazing woman, she had a business. My father too, but father business, it was sometimes somehow like bigger. So he was more of a provider of the family, but they were partners and they were equal.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
And that's what I want for myself and I find it amazing, so why not? And what do you think, girls? What's feminism for you? Do you think a woman should decide for herself in 2024? And if it's feminism, if she wants provider man?
Man, what you're explaining, you said your father had much more. And a lot of times, I look at where you're from, it's not as bad as here. But I say this, most men nowadays, especially over there, they're not hearing it. You say anything feminism, this, that, in places like where you are now, it's not gonna fly. Men look at you like you have 10 heads. And the wild thing is she's talking this talk and she's a foreign woman. Look, men aren't going for it. Men will kick you to the curb. That's the thing in these other countries, right? Men just won't bother with you. Like a lot of these women say, I'm gonna go over there and get a provider man. You being an ultra feminist, men aren't hearing it. Now I doubt she's like woman in America. But still, when she said, I want a provider man and I'm feminist, you lost. And you lost with a lot of men over there as well.
A woman could come on this app and have the most mild opinion on dating. Like, literally, they could just be like, oh, I like it when a man holds the door open for me when we go out. And here come 55 unemployed men like clockwork. Bro, y'all don't be clocking into jobs, but y'all be clocking into this app every single day. Immediately start running that mouth. Oh, why should a man open the door for you? What do you bring to the table? Shut up! You don't even have a table. The only thing in your living room is a beach chair and a freaking PS4. Do not, oh my gosh, y'all be so annoying. It literally annoys me so bad because half the time, like, these women aren't even saying nothing crazy. They'll literally just be like, oh, this is what I like. This is what I prefer for my partner to do. And y'all are like, but. Start talking about a damn table. You don't got money to buy a table. That's your problem. That's why you talking so much on this dang app.
I bet you shit doesn't have a man. I bet I can tell. Why are you so frustrated with what men are saying? Do you understand? So many ladies talk the same talk. That's all they know. What about all of the ladies who are not working? There are so many ladies not working. I see it all the time on Pop the Balloon, right? A lady be like, I'm unemployed, but I'm on a man that has a job to take care of me. You see it all the time. They're expecting and not giving anything in return. Even men that don't have it. The reason why a lot of men have decided, I'm not saying it's okay, but a lot of men have decided, I don't want to play the game anymore because it's rigged. It is. The game is rigged. It has been rigged for a long time. It's really only meant to benefit the female species. So if a game is rigged, say you're playing a game and every time you get to the 99th level, you can't beat it. And you notice there's a glitch, it's rigged. Would you keep playing that game? If you can't beat it, no matter what you do, you have unlimited lives, you can't get past the last level. You're not going to play that level anymore. Why? Because it's the smart thing to do. Like it's asinine to just, oh, I'm going to beat it. Some will try. I'm not going to say that no one will ever be able to beat it, but most guys are going to say, I choose not to play. I give up. That's what you have going on right now in society.
I hate when people say sexuality is a choice, because if I could choose, I would choose to like women. Because nobody will embarrass you and bring you down publicly more than a man. Like, it's becoming so embarrassing to love a man publicly because you are one step away from being humiliated when other people claim him.
Well, a man is humiliate you right now. Could you imagine a man saying, I'd rather be with a woman because this? How are other men going to look at him? Get away from me. Man can't say anything like that. But I'll let it go.
It is not required of me to make your plate, right? Like, I am not your mom. I'm not required to clean up after you. I'm not required to cook for you. I'm not required to do anything for you, right? Because you did not come out of me. I'm not your mom.
Who's paying your bills?
As a man, as a person, as a human being, you should have been taught life skills to be self-sufficient. It's not a requirement for me to take care of you. If I want to do something out of the kindness of my heart, that's on me. If I do not want to do it, I'm not doing it.
That sounds like being single.
How about you make my plate? How about I cooked? Why don't you say to me, babe, why don't you go sit down? I'm going to make your plate. How much would you like?
They completely skipped over the fact that you just cooked for them.
Right.
They don't give a
No.
Forget that you cooked. You also have to serve. So
Are you seriously having this conversation right now? I'm going to skip this one.
Do you think sometimes women actually try to get pregnant from men?
Yes. Yes.
That's a real thing?
Yes.
You've had girlfriends say, oh, I'm trying to.
I've had girlfriends lie about abortions to get money, to act like they're pregnant. Yes. It's disgusting. This is why I stopped my slut walk, by the way.
Yeah.
This is why I'm no longer a feminist. Okay. Because I saw the dark side of what women can do. And I'm sitting here feeling slighted by men.
Right.
And then I'm fighting for equality.
Right.
And I'm like, the only equality is that you ain't there. You are are crazy. Y'all are really, you guys are extorting men, lying about pregnancies, saying you're on birth control when you're not to trap them, you know, and I mean, not to sound vulgar, but if a man comes inside of you and you say that you're on birth control, he trusts you.
Right.
Up that you would trap him like that. Right. You don't do that to people.
Man, listen. She's right, though, everything she said. But this is my thing. If a girl says she's on birth control and then a man comes in and she gets pregnant, that's his fault. Why? Because he trusted her. Yes, it's deep. What am I saying? That's why it's so deep. Never trust anybody saying, I'm on birth control so we can do this. No, we can't. Condom. Yes. Yes. When I was in the streets running like a chicken with his head cut off, guess what I did a lot of? Condom. That's my name. Condom. J Condom in the house. Everything. Condom. Condom. I remember one time I got with a girl. This girl, she wanted me. She was yearning for me to go raw with her. Raw feels good, but you know what? Condom? Not hearing it. But you know, she's right though. Well, she said she saw a lot of the wicked ways of women, and it is. But the only thing that's wild with that, how many wicked things have you done yourself? So you point out what others did, but what have you done? I wonder.
There's a lot of slander going on. There's a lot of lies being pushed out there. There's people trying to use my name to build themselves up. I just want you to be really, really careful right now. Y'all know me too well. Y'all know my love for children is too strong. Y'all know me too well for anybody to be coming out the woodworks telling you they've been trying to reach me when my number has been public for 20 years. Listen, brothers and sisters, I want y'all to listen. My phone number has been the same for 20 years. So anybody telling you they've been trying to reach me and my phone number hasn't changed in 20 years, mind you, I speak at graduations in Philadelphia all the time. I'm on the street in Philadelphia all the time. I have events in Philadelphia all the time. I got family in Philadelphia everywhere. And you've been trying to find me? Stop the cap now. Can we please stop the cap, brothers and sisters? Can we please stop the cap, brothers and sisters? I'm open to the conversation. Where is Mama Smurf at? Get Daughter Smurf and Mama Smurf and then Papa Smurf, and we're going to have a nice conversation in front of the world. Let's get to the bottom of this. And I'm going to bring white man paperwork. Oh, yes. I have all of my white man paperwork. So, Baby Smurf, please get Mama Smurf, and Papa Smurf is going to pull up. And let's have the conversation. Okay? Okay? Let's have a conversation for the whole world. That's all we got to do. When can we do the sit down? Been paying child support since you damn near came out the womb. Deadbeat who? When can we have a sit down? Child support started, you wasn't even out your mama yet, and she took me to child support. Deadbeat who? Deadbeat who? Child custody.
You know, I saw this on other people's timelines, and when I saw it, I got sad, right? Because a deadbeat has nothing to do with child support, right? Kids need someone around somehow. At least reach out on the phone. Do that at least. From the way I heard the daughter, from the way the daughter's making it sound like, she makes it seem like, and it's not seem like, it's happening. I can tell you're not speaking to her. You haven't been speaking to her for the longest of times. She's not a young child. Oh, I don't want to speak to daddy. She's grown. Your daughter is a grown woman. You're not speaking to her like that. Yes, she probably gives you attitude. You probably don't like her attitude. But she's reaching out to you. I can tell. She said, I want to speak to my sister. I want to come close to my sister. I want to do this. I want to do that. I'm sure she will be willing to help you in your endeavors. You ever thought about that? She may want to be a social justice warrior right next to her dad. But you know what, though? You would never give her the spotlight. You would never want to share that spotlight. And that's foul. Look out for the people that never want to give someone else praise. Come on now. Because that's him. He wants all the shine for himself. And that's all he's thinking about. It's that shine. And the last video I did, it wasn't about him, but he was in there. And I said it. I saw you on another YouTuber's video other than him, Drewski. And then I saw you on another YouTuber's video, what, a month before that. And then I saw you on another YouTuber's video. You're doing a lot of YouTube. You're doing a lot of social media justice, all of these different things you're doing. But you're not speaking to your daughter? There should be no word out about that. You should be so in front of this, not with coming on social media. Say once your daughter reached out, you should have contacted your daughter. Why not? Why are you saying on social media, get mama bear and let's sit down and have a conversation together? I don't have a daughter. I recalled my son and said, what's going on? I spoke to you like 4 days ago. Like, what's the problem? You could have reached out to me. My phone number. You call me all the time. That's what she should be saying. Oh, I spoke to my dad last week. At least. Right? That's the thing. People are like, oh, he's speaking to her. That ain't the case, though. Why is that not the case? But you would love to, a guy say he's getting with a white girl. That's what you were doing on Drewski. Oh, be careful with the white girls. You love to speak on that. Running raw and rampant and everything. And the girl said she had a man, but she felt weird talking to you because you were pushing up on her. And guess what you probably would have done to her? Ran up on the raw. I'm telling y'all, he running around here like Sexy Red. Running up on everything raw. Probably burning. Ugh, could you imagine? But yeah, I'm going to let it rest there, guys. This is wild. Dr. Umar, you got to work on that, brother. You do. Because you can't have your kids running around doing that. And not even for your image. You should be on top of that for your image. On top of speaking to your daughter. Not even just for your image. Just out of love. That shows how much love you truly have. So say if I bumped into a situation where some white people stomp me out, I'm calling out Sharpton. I damn sure ain't calling you. But yeah, guys. Thank y'all for watching the video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out. See you next video.